Earlier today, I explained how 10 plus 6 equals 3. And essentially what I was doing was going through these over-under rankings for the Seahawks and for the Broncos. And ESPN.com, as of today, has the Broncos at 10-7 and the Seahawks at 6-11, right? And so if you were to look at if those records were to hold true, and then you were to kind of look at what they would have been if they had finished in the league with those records this year, they would have ended up with the 7th and 21st picks, which is fine, right? Number 7 pick was Evan Neal this year. Number 21 pick was the kid out of Washington, the cornerback Trent McDuffie. And so, like, those are good picks. I don't know if that's, like, change your world great, right? But okay. What's more interesting to me is that on the draft value chart, if you combine the picks 7 and 11, or 7 and 21 rather, you basically could get to number 3. Right in between 2 and 3, but closer to 3.
Okay.
So 3 quarterbacks in next year's draft, right? That's the idea. Well, if you need to get into the top 3, if you win 6 games and the Broncos win 10, there's a pretty good chance you've got the ammo you need to get up into the top 3. Now, that doesn't guarantee somebody's willing to trade with you, but you at least have the ammunition you would need to get into the top 3 to try to land one of those quarterbacks.
You're right. And if your theory earlier is correct, if the Jags are that team,
right?
Well, you're probably not going to be picking a quarterback.
Exactly. So maybe you just need to be in the top 4, depending on what the case may be. And maybe you don't win 6 games. Maybe you win 5. Maybe the Broncos only win 9. I mean, like, those things are certainly possible as well. So as you dig into this season and you're thinking, look, they're not trying to throw games. They're not trying to tank or anything like that. But, root hard against the Broncos, not just because it's fun and not just because you're bitter, but because the worse they do, you have a legitimate vested interest in getting a better pick both in the first and second rounds. And then, if the Seahawks don't win a lot of games, okay, so be it. That's just going to improve your standing in the draft next year and your chances at landing one of these 3 kids, right? Stroud and Levis and Bryce Young.